Zach Ertz. Y'all remember Zach Ertz? Quite a tight end during his time in Philadelphia. He had some comments recently about Philadelphia and expectations and the fans that I want to play for you because I think in this little clip, it says so much that he doesn't even say about Philadelphia and the culture, the sports culture in Philadelphia as a great sports city, and the fans and their expectations and how they view things that gives a little bit of understanding to why everyone on the outside looks at us the way we do, including players, right? Because that's always been an issue too, in terms of it takes a certain type of player to not just survive, but thrive in Philly, and why big free agents, not because they're big free agents, but certain free agents, they won't come play in Philly because they simply do not have the mentality for it. So let's listen to Zach and dig into that because I think this is kind of interesting for us as Philly fans to appreciate and talk about as well. Do me a quick favor, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. It really helps out tremendously. It is the only reason anyone else even sees the video is because you take the time to do those things. It tells YouTube, hey, this is worth checking out. We're going to send it to more people. We have fewer than 200 subscribers to go of awesome fans to get us to that 2,000 mark. So thank you very much for that. So let's dig in. This is about a little less, not quite a minute long, and then we're going to talk about this. I'm curious what y'all think as well.
The thing about Philly, obviously, I was there for 9 years. The demands, the day-to-day demands, the day-to-day pressure just feel different being in that building. And I think a lot of it stems from the demands of the fans in that city. And going, what did they go, 11-5 this year? It just isn't good enough. It's just, and I don't think that's the case in every building in every city. And obviously, people got fired for that record, and that's just not the case in a lot of places. And so I think the demand it starts at the top. Obviously, I think I have a ton of respect and love for Mr. Lurie, and he kind of sets the tone. He sets the expectation for the building every day. And so I think a lot of it is just the demands of playing there. No one's going to be happy with anything but a Super Bowl. And for better or for worse, I don't think that's the case in every building. The thing about
Yeah, man, he says so much here. First, and he's right. Shout out to Jeffrey Lurie because let's face it, in Philadelphia, we know, and we're seeing it with Sixers. For any of you that are also Sixers fans, we have crap ownership with the Sixers, right? We got the Washington freaking Commanders, aka Redskins. For a real owner, it'd be the Redskins owner owning the Sixers. He doesn't give a crap about the Sixers. The Sixers have been an absolute mess. By the way, fingers crossed, shout out to them playing the Boston Celtics, somehow battling to a game 7. Joel Embiid coming back yet again. So that would be awesome, but it's never because of the owner with the Philadelphia 76ers. But the Eagles have had Jeffrey Lurie for a long time, and that is a man who has set an expectation of the goal is a Super Bowl, right? Howie Roseman brought him in, same type of thing. And so we've got an ownership with the Eagles and a front office in place that is simpatico, so to speak, with the expectation of a diehard fan base like Philadelphia, where it's we expect winning. Hell, man, look, we know with all our teams, all the sports, we've gone through a lot of losing, right? But our expectation and what we demand is still winning. And like Zach said, he's still stuck in the 16 games. It's 17 now, Zach. So unfortunately, 11-6, not 11-5. But yeah, it's right. He's right. It's not good enough. Back in the day, it might have been good enough. Well, maybe not for the fans, but for the organization. I think before Lurie, they would have been celebrating that, right? Back to back, second division title in a row. First time in 20 years. Eagles did it back then too. But that's not good enough. A division title with 11 wins and a first round exit in the playoffs is not the expectation of the Eagles organization, and it's not the expectation of Philly fans ever. It's not good enough. And he's right. People got fired. And what he talks about, how other teams view these types of things, a great example. It's kind of funny considering there's supposedly this long time, organization of excellence and winning and everything. And we see that with Dallas Cowboys fans now, right? They're absolutely thrilled to be able to talk about the numbers that Dak Prescott puts up, the numbers that the offense puts up, the 4,000 yards that how awesome is that? Look at the numbers our quarterback puts up. Damn, those stats are impressive. They're perfectly happy and content with that because they have the mindset of losers. A lot of them weren't even alive the last time the Cowboys contended for a Super Bowl, let alone won one, right? Completely different mentality than what we get in Philadelphia and it's the Eagles a lot now, but we see that with all the Philadelphia teams, man. That's just the way it is in Philadelphia. Uh, it's just that the Eagles finally, and like with Laurie, they've really set a culture around the organization that we don't see enough. That, like I said, we certainly don't see with the Sixers. That hey, maybe coming back, maybe seeing that now with the Flyers, with the people they've gotten involved, like um, obviously Rick Tocchet and some of the other guys. I just completely Briere. I couldn't I couldn't think of Briere's last name. It was driving me crazy. I wanted to say Desjardins. I'm like, no, man, that ain't it. But we're seeing that a little more with the Flyers. We used to have that with the Flyers, right? With Ed Snyder, it's kind of been drifting, adrift, shall I say, since then. Phillies, we've had that with the Phillies for a while now, right? And we're seeing some struggles there. But guess what? Rob Thompson's gonzo, fired out of here. We've had enough. And Dave Dombrowski should be the one that should go, though. I think a big part of the problem is him, is he's been perfectly content with that magical run in 22, and he just keeps running back and running it back. They were not a I shouldn't say they weren't a good team last year, but they were not a World Series contending team last year. They've gotten older. They had a lot of issues, and Dave Dombrowski's like, yeah, we're going to run it back. We keep going backwards from 22, right? We keep getting worse each season from them, but we're just going to keep running it back, and that ain't good enough in Philly. And that's why the other thing I want to get to and finish up with, and I'm curious what you all think about this, because this goes back to even when I was a kid, like even when whether the Philly teams were good or not so good. One of the issues that we had, and we'd hear it from the athletes from time to time, which really gotta say pisses me off. On the one hand, it means you're getting the guys coming in that really have the right mentality, but guys making millions and millions of dollars playing a game, and you get ones that don't want to come to Philly because the fans have expectations that you're going to play hard, right? That's what it's all about. Anybody who understands that Philly fans want to win, but their biggest expectation is that you love playing in Philly, you appreciate the fans, and you give 100% all the time. It's wild to me how many athletes can't handle that, right? Again, it's one of the reasons Allen Iverson is so damn beloved, despite issues with coaches or off the court or this and that. He appreciated the fans, and he gave 100% on the court at all times. I remember as a wee lad, I think it was, man, was it back in around that night magical 93 World Series team? Am I confusing my time periods? Where was Aaron Rowan, the at the time a big free agent signing center fielder from the Chicago White Sox, came in, and it was like, I don't know that it was the first game, maybe the first home game, or at least the first home series that season, and he tracks down a ball in center field going full speed and just busts his face wide open on the center field fence trying to track down a ball, and boom, fan favorite. Right? Like fan favorite right then and there, because that's how we roll in Philadelphia. Put in the effort, blood, sweat, and tears, bleed for your team, bleed for your city, leave it all out on the field or the court or the ice, and you will be loved in Philadelphia. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think about what Zach said? What do you think about the whole idea that scares off some free agents from coming to Philly because the fans want them to play hard? Smash the like button, subscribe. I do appreciate it. I will talk to you later.